Well, now that many coronavirus restrictions have been lifted, a lot of parents are leaving their virtual workspace and heading back into the office, which means a lot of parents are now having to leave their sons and daughters home alone. That can be a difficult decision when you're grappling with how your kids are going to get through the day without you. Joining us now to sort through all of the health, safety, even nutrition decisions that have to be made is Dr. Stephanie Walsh from Children's Healthcare of Atlanta. Good morning to you, Doc.
Good morning.
Good to see you. Lots of factors yes, indeed, lots of factors to consider here. So just right off the bat here, how do you determine when your kids are really mature enough and ready to be left at home alone for several hours?
Yeah, this is a question that's happening for so many families right now. And so taking that time and having a conversation with your child to say, hey, I'm thinking about you staying home alone or you being in charge also of your siblings. What do you think about that? Ask them an open-ended question. Ask how they're feeling about it. Feel free to share things that you were concerned about when you first started babysitting or taking care of kids. But the kids really have an opportunity to let you know how they're feeling about this new responsibility.
Right, because you may
can look for things like, are they doing their homework? Are they doing their chores? All those things that make you know your kid's ready for some more responsibility.
Right, and you suggest doing some trial runs. Talk about that.
Absolutely, yes. So start out with things like being gone for 30 minutes. And then make sure you, again, have a conversation afterwards. How'd you feel? What were you thinking? And then start also helping them go through some scenarios. What would happen? Or what would you do if, you were concerned that somebody got hurt? And explaining to them, it's okay to call 911. If you're worried, call 911. You will never get in trouble for calling them if you're concerned. Because remember, a lot of teenagers think things like that are awkward, right? So we want to help them realize that this is really important, and reacting and trusting themselves is the way to go and keep everybody safe.
Right, and even knowing who the safe neighbors are, where you're going to go if there is a situation where you have to leave the home. Lots of big decisions here. First aid kits.
And we realize that it really takes a village. Certainly the pandemic has taught us the importance of coming together as a community. So making sure your neighbors know that you're about to leave your kids and that there's again, somewhere for them to go. I also want to make sure that people are thinking about making sure their guns are locked away, making sure medications are safely put away. There's just something that your teen doesn't have to think about as they're trying to take on this new responsibility.
Right. Here's a big one that I think a lot of parents, including myself, have learned is just meal planning and strategic snack planning. You make this huge pot of spaghetti thinking it's going to work for your sons, and you come home at the end of the day that it is absolutely empty, and then they've eaten maybe a half a box of cereal. There's a lot to try to figure out in terms of how they're really going to maneuver on their own.
Absolutely, and you have to determine if you think it's okay for your kids to use the stove or the microwave and how you want them to do that. So anything you can do to plan out, make some extra dinner at night so that they can have leftovers, and put snacks and everything that's healthy at eye level, because kids will grab what's close to them. So put some of the fruit out on the counter so that they can just run by and grab an apple, and that will help keep them safe and eating well too. And also, when you're thinking about this, think about what you want them to do to be active during the day. So if you have a teenager who's going to be in charge of their younger siblings, do they know how to put the bike helmet on? Make sure that they're safe with all that. And if they do, great, then let them out to play. But just going over some of those scenarios and making sure that your teens feel comfortable doing those things is really the key. Keeping that communication, so if anything happens, they know that you're there.
Right.
A lot of families also do those check-ins. So at a certain time, I'm going to call you, and we're going to talk about sort of how things are going. And I strongly suggest calling, because it also allows you to hear what's going on in the background.
Right, right.
Instead of just texting, because they might just text back fine. But if you call and you can kind of hear what's going on, or if things sound okay and calm, then you can be more rest assured that things are going well.
Right. And Doc, I want to just quickly let's talk about the ages, because some parents are like, is he too young? Is she too young? Or can you leave the 10-year-old with the 14-year-old? Let's talk about that.
So yeah, so in Georgia, you're allowed to stay alone and also babysit at the age of 13. So that's the legal age. Now, whether or not your child is ready is up to you, and you really need to think a little bit about, how mature they are. And again, if they're younger, you really need to think about the time frame. But kids under 8 shouldn't be left alone.
Absolutely.
They just don't really have the ability to react in any sort of situation that would be an emergency.
Problem solving and all of that.
Yeah.
All right. Great information, Dr. Walsh. We surely appreciate you. For more information on today's segment, just head over to our website, fox5atlanta.com, and click on the Seen on TV tab.